chain at black belt. Marcio Andre, a fairly recent black belt, but right up there with the best of them. I really don't know how this is going to go. Toshi should be a bit bigger. Definitely has an experience advantage, but I mean, Marcio Andre seemingly unstoppable lately. I'm going to take some moment to clean off the mats before he comes out here. They give each other a big hug. Oh, Toshi powers up for this one. Oh, man. And I am super excited about this. I got goosebumps. Hope you guys at home also appreciate this level of competition as Toshi sits right in, grabs that ankle, and tries to get to his guard, but Marcio Andre is going to nearly pass his guard immediately. Gets put right back in. Now trying to work his knee through pass. Toshi going collar sleeve on the far side. Most people preferring to pass to their left side, which means that they pass lead leg through if they're going knee through pass for the right leg. So collar sleeve on that left arm, like Satoshi has. It's usually not going to be with the knee up, and he's going to work his way into X guard. Can't get the sweep to work. Does a fancy little cartwheel out of there, trying to follow Marcio. Both of these guys, such good movement. So hard to sweep. Toshi going after that leg, though. Feeding the lapel all the way through. It's underneath the leg and through on the inside. Oh, man. As bad as a position as this could end up being for Marcio Andre, I think we've seen him all work through worse. And there he just seems to get his legs underneath him every time. Very impressive. You can hear the audience yelling. They love it. These two guys are just the best. Both of these guys are definitely top 5 in their division. Arguably 1 and 2 right here. Oh, and Marcio trying to pass the guard, nearly gets all the way past. Good late retention from Toshi. Marcio stapling down that bottom leg. And still holding onto the grip, which is important. And this will start to feel nearly like a half guard sometimes. I'm sure Toshi's wise to this one, but it can give you a false sense of security because you don't really have that hook around the calf as you're accustomed to. And if the top player decides to move very quickly, they totally can. And Marcio trying to hit an X pass here, pushing that near knee to the inside, trying to square up Toshi's hips, but instead moves it off into a double unders pass. And Toshi's going to try to come up on this, finds himself in reverse mount. But if he stands up, he should get the sweep. This is a really bad position to be in if your opponent knows reverse mount well. Not a lot of people do. We've been seeing it a little bit lately. Some top-level competitors using reverse mount. I think there's a lot there that is unexplored. Yeah, Marcio Andre making the body triangle around the waist. Now he's going to be free to attack the legs, which is probably the most common these days for what people think of when they think of reverse mount. It's a free pass to the legs, which it can be, but it's also a little bit tough to submit there too because you can't get your hips into the fray as they're controlling your opponent's upper body. And Toshi's just going to separate the legs, come up on top. And Marcio's going to try to put him into 50-50, which he does. Good scramble. Some unorthodox positions. Things were looking dicey there. No points, though. Was not paying attention to the position. It seemed like there should have been some points there for Toshi coming up, but maybe there was no solid position initiated. before the reversal. Andre trying to feed the belt to that left hand that's around the leg, which is a grip that I personally really like. Gives you a lot of opportunity to come back from some rather bad mistakes. You still scramble up and make a takedown out of it. Satoshi trying to get out of this 50-50. Marcio Andre is going to use that to stand up. And that most certainly has to be a sweep. But he gets put right back down on his butt. The ref's probably going to wait for Marcio to come all the way up before any points are awarded, which he tries to, but Toshi is going to move right into a leg drag, and he's going to stand up himself. Good stop on that one from Toshi. Toshi looking for the fake guard pull. He's going to make an ankle pick out of it. He'll try to come up on it. Marcio Andre can't get away, though. Toshi's going to try to pull that leg back in. He wants to get him back in bounds. Now he's got control of the lapel. This could be bad for Marcio Andre. He gets both legs, and he's going to put Marcio down on his butt. And this should be a takedown for Toshi. Very nicely done. Something that we don't see a lot against Marcio Andre. Oh, and he's going to try to run out of bounds. Oh, man, that was pretty blatant. I'm not sure if they're going to DQ him for that. Maybe only if it's a submission and they blatantly run out of bounds will they DQ, but, I mean, that was pretty obvious. At the very least, yeah, Toshi's going to get the advantage for that. But, I mean, that was basically a takedown, so he's got to feel at least a little robbed, especially he's still down on points. It's 0-0 points, but it's 3-1 advantage in favor of Marcio Andre. So that is actually terrible for Toshi. Now he has to pass. He has to do something quick. There's only 8 seconds left, and he's trying to use all of his energy to run around. He nearly has this pass, but there's no way that they're going to give it to him because you have to hold it for a few seconds to get the points. Oh, heartbreaking stuff. And, I mean, that one is... That's a pretty rough result for Toshi. It's hard not to argue that he wasn't robbed. I mean, he had Marcio all but completely pinned. He was on top. His hips were above. He had control of both legs. Marcio was just basically crab walking with only his upper body. And then just decides to crab walk his way right out of bounds. So he only gives up the advantage. Man.